morning, everyone, and welcome to Lighten Up Spirituality. Our latest guest in the realms of our Meet the Founder series is Melody. She has a metaphysical shop in Bellevue, Florida, right off the 441. So, Melody, welcome. Thank you for doing this and allowing me to sit and interview you and visit for a little bit. Why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself and what it is you do here?
All right, great, thanks. Hi, everybody. I'm Melody. I'm with Fairy Dust Crystals and such. It's a beautiful crystal and metaphysical store, but not just a metaphysical store. We're a little bit of a sanctuary as well. Not only do we have pretty crystals and rocks, but we also have a great team of readers and healers and teachers. So we do a lot here that's spiritual and community oriented, not just retail.
Yes, absolutely. And it is a beautiful store, and it has many rooms and for your guidance for spiritual teachings and guidance and inspiration. And this is a lovely place. I would not take you someplace that didn't have that just right energy. And here, since it is called Fairy Dust, I do literally, and in psychic fairs that I go to, and I describe you because I send people here, and I describe you as, well, you'll meet the owner because she's there during the week, and you can literally just envision little wings on her back, and she would fit right into Fairy Village. So I tell people like that, and because you do have that sweet, genuine, caring, concerning, open heart energy, and this is a great place for beginners to start their journey, simply because you're geared for that.
Thanks,
from my
we
point
appreciate
of view.
it. We really appreciate it. We really try hard to make it a spot where you can just come in and walk in and feel love.
The beautiful part is it's just all natural. It's just, there's no force, there's no anything. When people walk through that door, they literally go, because it's like all the stress just kind of walks away, melts away. So anyway, how did your journey begin?
My journey. It sounds crazy, but my journey began with a book called The Outlander. It's just a little book. It's a series of 9 books, and it's quite popular. But the main character in the show is all about herbalism and trying to make herbs work in the 1700s. So that kind of piqued my interest. So I started a little bit and learned a lot about herbology and all of that kind of stuff. And once you get into one thing, it just kind of rolls into more and more.
Snowballs.
And more. So then you get into crystals, and you get into meditation, and pretty soon you own a crystal shop.
And that's how that works.
And that's how that works. Yes, ma'am.
That explains how you got here. and that is true, no matter where your starting point is. See, with yours being herbalism, mine was astrology and numerology. So no matter where it is, it interweaves and it kind of connects you around to keep you going and opening and unfolding. That's basically the spiritual journey is. Everybody just has a different path of getting there. Was there a moment in your world where everything just shifted for you?
Sure was. I remember the moment especially. It was in April, 2 years ago. I was on horseback in the forest. And I don't normally answer my phone when I'm on horseback, but this one felt right. So I answered the phone, and it was my friend Jennifer. And she said, "Hey, did you happen to see in the Fairy Dust newsletter that it was for sale?" And I went, "Oh God, please say no." And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "Oh, this is horrible. We don't want Maritza to go away and the shop to go away. What is the community going to do? We need this place." Because I have been with Fairy Dust almost since its beginning of time. So at that moment I went, "Oh, well, that's great. I'm a little sad, but it's probably going to be $1 million, so never mind." And I went home and I talked to my husband and I said, "There's an opportunity. Let me see how much." So I made an appointment with Maritza. She told me how much. I was excited because it was a possibility. And the rest is history.
Oh, very nice. Well, lucky us and lucky you, because it is here. And yes, and it's forever going and growing. So, in all of your classes and things, are such a wide variety of classes.
We try.
You know, from well, you have a Reiki instructor, and you have workshops and chakra teachings, and you know, all kinds of different classes. Every once in a while, I pop in with a workshop or two, um, but everything is geared to begin and progress.
Yeah. I always like to say that we have classes and workshops from angels to Zen,
Yeah.
pagan in the middle.
Yes,
Because
yes.
we like to really appeal to everybody. We have a little bit of everything.
Yes.
Like I said, angels to Zen, a little bit of pagan there.
Yes.
We want to do all of the things
Yes.
because they all work together.
And they're all intertwined.
Yeah.
One way or another,
Yeah.
they are. And that's why with the workshops that I offer, with like my setting intentions and manifestations, you know, you're blending the crystals and the scents and, you know, the colors and all of the different things to create that, and then help you to go forward. It's that but in every topic that you got
Exactly.
going on.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So what does healing mean to you?
Healing means not feeling broken.
Oh.
When you're all together, you're not trying to fix yourself all the time. Healing is just a little bit at a time, whether it's a 5-minute meditation or just quick lighting of the incense or saging. Saging is really a lot, helps a lot.
It does. Yes, it
and
does remove
healing,
negativity. Yes.
But it's just realizing that you're not broken, that you're not failing at something. You're just rebooting, you're relearning.
Yes.
In the universe, it's always trying to tell you something, but it's not necessarily a big, huge message all the time.
No.
Sometimes no is healing and just
Yes.
taking a nap.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's meditation. Sometimes it's, you know, lighting the sage or going on a walk. Sometimes just saying no is healing.
Yes.
So it's just a very slow process, and it's something that everybody does even without realizing.
And without realizing it, and that's a key point too, because you realize when you start being, as you do start healing and accepting and appreciating and showing gratitude just for the ability to say no to something, and that's a part that a lot of people are just trying to heal from because they've never been able to tell people no. And then they drain themselves and they overgive, and then they start down that, you know, that rabbit hole, and then they're exhausted while everybody else is feeling great. And the minute that they stop and they say, no, not today, well, there's their first step to the rest of their life.
Yep.
So that was an excellent point to make, and that alone, I think, will resonate with a lot of people at this point in time.
Sometimes we just have to take that little baby step forward to get going.
Absolutely. Well, what would you tell someone who's just beginning their journey?
Start slow. Just pick one thing. Don't decide, oh my goodness, I'm going to go on the pagan path today, and I'm going to be a witch next week and know everything. It's not going to happen. Your path is slow. Pick one thing. Get comfortable with it. Love it. Be patient with yourself, because it's not always going to work. Some days you're going to feel like you're not going to do it, and you don't want to do it. And, you don't want to do it. Do it anyway.
Yes, that kind of sounds like exercise.
It does sound like exercise. It's awful, but you know, we have to do the spiritual exercise as well.
Absolutely.
Regular exercise helps
It helps as well,
but,
because it keeps us in balance, heart, mind,
it
body,
does
soul.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So just start slow. Go do one thing at a time. Don't try to do it all at once, because then you just get confused and there's just too much
Then it's a
information. You're on
hodgepodge.
overload. So,
Yeah.
which is the complete opposite of what you want to do.
That's true. What has spirituality taught you personally about life?
Spirituality has taught me that gratitude and love is key.
Yes.
Be grateful for everything. I do a gratitude journal. It really, really helps. Even if I'm feeling awful and there's nothing to be grateful for. I don't like this life. Life is pooping on me. You know, there's traffic out there. Everybody's being mean. There's still something to be grateful for. You woke up. You're breathing. You got a smoothie this morning. All the good things, even if they're little tiny things.
Yes.
If you just express that, in your heart and your spirit, you'll feel grateful. It definitely helps. And then the universe says, oh, look, she's not being all cranky and icky. Let's give her some more things.
Yes,
So
and I think if you start out, I think if you find that one little thing, like your treat for your smoothie, because you have some extra time today, that's your silver lining. Just
exactly.
because of all the traffic and all of the, the weather may not be great. We are here in Florida. It might rain for 10 minutes, but then it's done. But if you find that gratitude and you find that silver lining, that alone fills you with joy because you got to have your smoothie. And then it expands from there. You yourself can turn your own day around in an instant.
Yep, yes you can.
And just by being thankful and seeing your own inner light, because there's positive in everyone. So one other question I wanted to ask you real quick was, what message would you like to leave someone who's watching?
Your journey is always going to be there. Your journey is never finished. You are a work in progress, and you will be a work in progress forever. So enjoy the journey. Don't try to squish so much in there that you're doing everything so fast that you're not enjoying what you're doing. And if you're not enjoying what you're doing, find something little that you do enjoy. If your job is really sucky and you just can't get it, find a hobby or something that you love and make a practice of doing that on a regular basis. Because you make time to go to work every day because you have to pay your bills.
Yes.
But you have to pay yourself spiritually and mentally to make yourself ready for that. And if you're not at peace with yourself, it's hard to be at peace with others and do anything. So just one small step at a time and work on yourself. You're not broken.
Well, I wouldn't consider that a message. I consider that some serious words of wisdom. That is
we have our moments.
yes, we do. But anyhow, if you get a chance and you're in the Central Florida area, why don't you tell everyone how that they can get here, or they can find stuff online, or why don't you give them the particulars of your business?
All right, we are in Bellevue, kind of between the Villages and Ocala. If you know where Markets of Marion is, we're very close to that. When you walk in the door, we'll say, welcome to Fairy Dust. We always do. My favorite part is when people just walk in the door here and they just go, oh.
Yeah.
I just love to come in here and smell the smells. I hear that so many times a day, and it just makes my heart really happy because they're not just coming in here for a pretty rock or crystal.
Right.
Well, they may
Or
come
a
in
book.
here just for a pretty
Right.
rock and a crystal,
But then
they
more.
leave with a sense of community, pretty rock, sometimes a favorite new incense, and community.
Because we friends.
Yeah, lots of new friends here, lots of new friends. So it's really fun to watch people come in and enjoy the shop. So
that was basically my first experience, was coming in and you feel like home. It's like, wow, I'm comfortable here, so I don't have to try and mentally fit in or figure things out. And to see the classes that you offer and who the readers or whoever here are on the board, for them to see and see if they feel resonating with anyone, or they can go online to fairydust.com.
Fairydustcrystals.com.
Fairydustcrystals.com.
Yes, ma'am.
And good thing you corrected me on that. And that way you can see the shop, beautiful photos of the shop, the classes they offer, see if any of the readers or healers resonate with you. And if it feels good and your guide makes you curious and pushes you out the door, well, this is where they're trying to send you, in case you get confused. And the address here is
11781 Southeast US Highway 441, Bellevue, Florida 34420. Pop us in your GPS, we'll pop right up.
There we go. Well, thank you all for taking the time to meet Melody, and thank you again so much for taking the time out to sit and visit with me this morning with your smoothie, but I still need the strong stuff. I got coffee. Anyway.
I appreciate it. Thanks. And you know, we get people in here all the time that don't come in for anything except just to hang out and have a cup of tea and a conversation.
Yes.
So feel free to do that. We have tea and conversation all day long.
And we are literally sitting in her tea and coffee section where she
Yep.
has organic teas here. The setup is over here. It's just a nice place to come and relax and hang out. If you're being nudged and guided, that aha moment of having the awakening, basically, and just not sure where to go and what to do, just come sit in the energy.